Halo guys semuanya, kembali lagi bersama detektif here channel. Kita akan melanjutkan nih cerita extra eventnya di Genshin Impact kali ini ya. Karena pada episode sebelumnya tuh kita telah melihat satu karakter misterius yang memang katanya sih berhubungan dengan hantu, tapi nggak tahu juga nih gimana dia bisa ngelacak kita 100% ya. Itu yang bikin detektif penasaran. Dan katanya menurut 3 yokai yang kita temui di episode pertama, yokai itu bukanlah termasuk yokai baik. Dan di sini detektif penasaran nih apa yang dimaksud di sana. Oke, kita akan ikuti tes Kimodameshi yang terakhir ya. Terus closing atau ending di episode kali ini. Udah, langsung aja ya. Maaf kalau suara detektif lagi agak parau gini, maklum lah. Tapi detektif seakan agak endingnya benar-benar kalian nikmati dengan oke ya.
Traveler, Paimon, please let me be your partner for the final round of the test of courage. I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged...
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
I have a few theories, but we don't... There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your... I believe there may still be some...
Do we...
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? My worry is that we won't be able to...
Wow, Hazel.
The more cases you see...
Let's go. Kimodameshi ketiga, part clearance of life. Otomatis biasa. Oke. Mana nih? Kita ketemunya di sana ya, waktu lawan yang hantu misterius itu. Yap.
This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost. Of course, we cannot conclude, but I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she... Paimon...
And then what happened?
Then, everything seemed... Paimon saw some sort of black myth...
Based...
Exactly!
It's possible, but I'm more interested, even if she is a ghost, as long as she...
Wasn't she after our souls?
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Oh.
Think about it. If I had the ability to take... Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to...
That does make sense!
I believe there are only 2 possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some... But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the less likely scenario.
But why would she want to scare us away? Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the test of courage. Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any...
Based solely on your account. But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any though my intuition is telling...
Oke.
Have you found any leads yet?
Yeah, some tree branches seem like...
I see. After you... Aside from the bent branches, if only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, it's you guys! We heard you were out searching for clues, and... Oh, that's really...
Actually, we're also... We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about... That lady is either a nasty evil spirit, or a formidable yokai. Either way, it's not good. But we still want to hold them.
We long admired the friendship, which is why we want to hold them. Even though our powers are limited, we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish.
The Jinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great. Welcome to the team. Let's all...
Don't worry, we're very familiar.
Yep, thank you.
Look what I found down by the river. Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of black
This...
shade cloth?
Yeah. It can effectively block out light and is... There's a rough tear in the cloth.
Branches.
Suppose that a large shade cloth... When the shade cloth was removed from the either she didn't care, or she was in...
But why would she hang?
I'm only maybe she used it to create... Let's not worry about that for now. Next, I'd like to investigate the place where the Arataki gang encountered...
Oh, I know I asked the gang members where their encounter with the...
Good. Let's go find out what's going...
Ayo, jelasannya seperti apa?
This is the place. They claim that as they passed through here, the...
We saw the very same thing.
Let's start by taking a look around the area. Just to...
I found some sort of smack. The inside of it looks like it was There's some strange powder in the crack. I picked some up and sniffed it to...
Judging from the burn marks left, brother.
Okay.
I believe we're closing in on the... I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered... She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely...
Some small props?
First and foremost, that you were initially frightened by your first encounter with... Because you were already tensed up. You were breathing more... That's when she pulled down the shade cloth.
So, it was all just a show? She tricked us!
There is, however, still one loose end. That couldn't have been accomplished by just... She can only use props to scare people in the forest. But
Whoa, that...
if we rule out the potential of organized... I know who the woman is. Let's go to the beach.
We'll come along.
No. You should go back and tell the others not to be afraid. The truth has surfaced.
Okay. If you run into any danger...
There shouldn't be any danger now. Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
Unusual at the beach. Saya sudah tahu sih. Nah, tuh renteranya kan sudah mulai banyak. Let's see.
I knew that you would come find me here.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai like the... So, who are you? And why did you try...
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any promises.
Don't move. Just trust me. Your yokai power won't scare us.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object. When this type of yokai is close to its own body, and if the original body is destroyed, then the yokai that should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumogami?
Oh. Wow.
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru.
Chizuru, if you're a yokai, you should understand. Besides, we had a great time.
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want you to...
Sad?
I'm sure the yokai have already told you, but they don't actually...
Entire story?
The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin.
Whoa.
Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel. However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
Their friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned, and Lord Kamai's appearance hadn't changed. But his dear people often say that those we yokai are different from human. When the dream ends, even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye.
Oh.
So, you mean...
I was hiding on this beach, but those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsu. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism.
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? Oh, so you must be the...
My power has become but that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations from Akitsu Yugen and sell them for a profit. That's why I used my yokai power.
Ah, so that's what happened. By the way, how did you know the rest of...
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Hagoita?
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai. You gradually developed sentience after being... Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds. And if my theory is correct...
Excellent work. You figured it all out. Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the test.
Miko!
I apologize for causing you concern. Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic this...
So you're the one responsible for all the...
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has...
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. I'll see you two later.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the 3rd round of the
Miko, lady.
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival. That was when I saw you.
You didn't.
I remember now.
I went for a stroll on the beach sometime. Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Huh? When was that?
With your powers being so diminished, you must have been blaming yourself all this time.
At the time, I couldn't take on after they first met at the Mikawa, but after they said their final goodbye, Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know people meet. Is it really worthwhile?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the Traveler?
I felt happy.
But your rationality told you that it turns out that there is still another piece to the story.
What do you mean?
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's... It is believed that Takuto developed this stuff 500 years ago. Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments.
Oh.
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a life. However, the bond formed by friendship will not... There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant.
Hey, compadres!
Ito, what are you doing here?
He told me everything. And I even know who the ghost lady is now. Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here? Right. Alright, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be... I gave it some real thought and That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the...
Hooray for Ito!
Oh. Can we really trust this guy?
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, everyone's busy getting ready and the festival will be up and running.
You're the best, Ito!
And what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too. It has been some time since I've attended a...
Paimon's gotta admit, a festival, delicious food, count Paimon in!
Alright, I'll
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out!
Yuk kita cek dulu.
Ito and Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more fishing. Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere. Just the other day I caught a fish.
That's an unusual...
Huh? A big fish?
Huh? Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life.
Huh. What a coincidence.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be? Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get it. Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Oh.
Aww, Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks.
Don't worry. Let me show you a little Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before. Do you want to give it a shot? Close one eye. Oh, it looks kinda tricky. Paimon will let the Traveler try. Yeah.
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
This ramen is so good. You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so...
Oh, it's you. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt. So... Oh.
Yeah. Now Paimon
Huh? Oh,
Phew, I'm stuffed.
By the way, were there any special stalls?
Yes, but... well, it's a long story.
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty. Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsu.
He looked like he would...
But Paimon...
All right, then I'll...
Yay!
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual.
Hey now, it costs money to run.
Fair enough.
Alright,
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being...
Don't get too close.
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice...
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be in.
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your...
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what... besides. But...
Everything went according to plan.
Hey, you two, stop laughing! It was scary!
Have you finished exploring the festival? Well then, are you having...
Yeah, it's...
The original Mikawa fly... Because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with friends, isn't it?
Ini yang lagi nikmati sekarang ya. Mungkin tidak hanya di sebuah festival atau gimana, tapi kalian bisa menikmati sesuatu ketika bersama teman ketimbang di sendirian ya guys ya.
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have...
What did you want to say to us?
You saw through me.
It's not that I know everything.
Traveler, do you have a moment?
Oke, cepat mati ya.
1 hour later.
My intuition tells me that something very interesting is about to happen.
Duh, mana sih? Oh, situ ya. Oke. Mudah-mudahan kita bisa sedikit closing sebelum bisa sedikit menyimpulkan maksud detektif sebelum kita beneran closing ya.
Alright, here will do. Actually, I was a yokai derived from a pair of Hagoita. I wanted to go to more festivals, but every evening as night began, then I would wonder. As a result, I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I expected you to flee. I knew you mistook me as one. Perhaps it's because I've always wanted to be like Kamai. Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone. Anyway, thank you for when we played at the time, however, you still came and let me think. Okay. I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
Oke, sebelum kita beneran closing di game Genshin Impact Event 3 ketiga nih, detektif mau katakan ya, mungkin semua orang punya di jalannya masing-masing, baik nanti si Kamai ataupun nanti si Samurai, mereka punya jalan bertarungnya masing-masing. Yang paling penting di sini adalah diingatan atau kenangan di masing-masing ya, dimana tidak melupakan satu sama lain adalah langkah yang memang paling tepat. Dapatkan dulu jalan yang masing-masing tuju dulu, nanti di terakhir ya mas, insya Allah pasti akan bertemu.
Something tells me a new case is brewing.
Kapanpun itu dan dimanapun itu, at least jangan melupakan satu sama lain. Itu adalah hal yang paling pentingnya ya. Duh, tak terasa sih ini sudah termasuk di tanggal 1 Januari 2023 juga. So it is okay lah untuk perjuangkan lagi. Kita cek eventnya dulu, sisa 2 lagi ya. Tricolor Dango dan Elemental Jumbo. Oke ya, jadi rasanya seperti itu sih guys. Tidak melupakan satu sama lain poinnya. Poinnya adalah tidak melupakan satu sama lain merupakan hal yang paling utama di sini ya. Don't forget it, or you someday will be regret what you are doing. So do your best in your strategy. Oke. Yap guys, dengan ini kita tutup event Genshin Impact Kimodameshi Investigation. Klik like yang banyak dan share ke teman-teman lainnya ya guys ya. Oke, see you in the next video. Bye and ciao.